You've absolutely nailed it. I wish,
Unfortunately, alas.
unfortunately. Last question, and I'm conscious of your time. How do we fix it?
Well, you have to carry on doing the wonderful work you're doing, Erin. How can we fix it is a question that I've asked him. If I can make a plug for my latest book, which
Please,
I
please.
published in America in January. It's called The Builder's Stone: How Jews and Christians Built the West and Why Only They Can Save It. And what
Love.
I'm saying in the book is that you can only really understand the insane reaction of so much of the West to the October 7, 2023 atrocities and the war that's followed if you understand what the West has been doing to itself over
Yes.
many decades. Because what we've seen in the reaction to October 7 is nothing less than the extinction of conscience, reason, and justice. And when you look at what the West has done to itself in undermining its core precepts for the last N decades, that's exactly what it's done to itself. It's undermined its own rationality, its own sense of justice, its own understanding of truth, and its own conscience. It got rid of conscience completely. So how do we remedy this? Well, it's this, the question you're actually asking is, how do we save Western civilization from going over the edge of the precipice towards which it is sliding very fast? And that's the question I've kind of addressed in the book. And the answer, in a very sort of shorthand way, is that the insanity about Israel and the Jews in the West will only be addressed when the West decides to try and save its own civilization and connect with its own core values. How does it do that? I have various proposals in the book, but it basically means that our leaders, political, cultural, religious, whatever, have to stand up and say to themselves, okay, we are in the last chance saloon here, and we have to save ourselves by reasserting our core values and to start standing up for them, to stop saying, oh, it's racist to say that the values of the West are better than anyone else's. No, it's suicidal to say they are not. And so, they have to be reasserted. Now, the ways that is to be done, that's another argument. But that's basically what has to be done. And meanwhile, in order that that should happen, people like yourself and myself and others just have to keep on keeping on. We have to keep on, difficult as this may seem, and despairing as we may feel from time to time at the enormity of the challenge, because no one seems to be listening. My experience is that people are listening. There are millions and millions of decent, sane people out there in Australia, in Britain, in the West, who may not think in these terms, these abstract terms, very much. They may not have read very much, they may not know very much, but they kind of feel in their gut that something is terribly wrong here. They don't like what they're seeing, and they need the arguments. They need to know the facts. They need to be able to arm themselves, partly to try and persuade others, but mainly so that they themselves don't lose heart and don't themselves become brainwashed by this tsunami of lies that we're living through. So we just have to keep on keeping on, I'm afraid.